Oh my God. Cody has been arrested on serious charges. Fire oncoming police car. Robyn broken heart loudly crying face is having a mental breakdown. Hello friends, I am Elena, welcome to my channel. For the latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Oh my God. The news has shaken fans of Sister Wives to their core. Cody Brown has reportedly been arrested on serious charges, sending shockwaves through the entire Brown family. Sources close to the situation have confirmed that the arrest happened suddenly with very little warning, leaving everyone stunned and scrambling for answers. Fans who have followed Cody's public and personal life for years are reeling from the revelation, and the repercussions for the Brown family dynamic could be massive. According to insiders, the arrest was related to a set of charges that the family had tried to keep under wraps for weeks. The nature of these charges has not been publicly detailed in official court filings yet, but those familiar with the case are describing them as serious enough to potentially alter the course of his life forever. The arrest comes at a time when tensions in the Brown household were already high due to years of internal disputes, separations, and public controversies. It is no secret that the family has been fractured for quite some time, and now this development has thrown gasoline on an already raging fire. Robyn Brown, Cody's fourth wife and the one he has been most closely connected to in recent years, is reportedly in complete emotional turmoil. Witnesses have claimed that Robyn has been crying non-stop since the news broke, and those close to her say she is experiencing a full mental breakdown over the situation. For Robyn, the arrest is more than a legal crisis. It is a deeply personal blow. She has been one of Cody's staunchest defenders, often standing by him during public backlash and family conflicts. To see him taken away under such serious allegations is said to be breaking her emotionally. One insider explained that Robyn's distress isn't only about the arrest itself but also about the intense public scrutiny that has followed. Over the years, she has dealt with harsh criticism from fans and even members of the extended Brown family, many of whom have accused her of being the root cause of the breakdown in relationships between Cody and his other wives. With Cody now facing legal trouble, Robyn fears that all fingers will once again point at her, this time with even more venom than before. She is reportedly avoiding the public eye entirely, shutting herself off from friends and neighbors while trying to cope. Meanwhile, the other wives, Mary, Janelles, and Christine, are said to be reacting in vastly different ways. Some have expressed quiet concern for Cody's well-being despite their strained relationships, while others are allegedly taking a more distanced approach, unwilling to get drawn into the drama. Christine, who left the marriage officially in 2021, has reportedly told friends that she saw trouble coming but never expected it to escalate to this point. Janelles, who has had her own share of conflicts with Cody, is said to be worried about how this will affect their children and extended family, particularly in terms of public image and emotional stability. Fans online have exploded with theories and speculation. Social media platforms are filled with hashtags and posts discussing every possible angle of the situation, from legal predictions to personal gossip. Some supporters of the family are urging people to wait for more concrete information before passing judgment, while others have been quick to condemn Cody based on past behaviors they have perceived as controlling or manipulative. It is clear that no matter what the outcome of the legal process, Cody's public image has taken a massive hit. Legal experts weighing in on the case have noted that if the charges stick, Cody could be facing not only prison time but also severe financial consequences. Court dates are expected to be set in the coming weeks, and until then, he will remain under strict legal restrictions. Bail conditions have not been publicly disclosed, but sources suggest that there are limits on his movement and possibly restrictions on contacting certain individuals connected to the charges. For someone who has built a reality TV career on showcasing his family life, this level of legal entanglement is catastrophic for his brand. Robyn's mental health crisis in the wake of these events is not being ignored by those around her. Friends have reportedly been encouraging her to seek professional help, and some are even stepping in to care for her children while she struggles to process what is happening. The emotional toll of watching her husband taken away, combined with the intense media spotlight, is said to be overwhelming her ability to cope. For a woman who has often been portrayed as strong and resilient on the show, this public unraveling is a stark contrast. Some family members are allegedly considering legal steps of their own, either to protect themselves from being implicated or to secure certain financial assets in case Cody's situation worsens. The already fractured nature of the family means that cooperation during this crisis is unlikely, and insiders warn that the next few months could see even more explosive fallout between the various branches of the Brown family. For TLC, the network behind Sister Wives, this arrest poses a major challenge. The show has thrived on drama, but legal issues of this magnitude create a very different kind of public relations nightmare. Network executives are reportedly in closed-door meetings to determine how to handle the unfolding crisis. Will they film this chapter of the family's life, or will they pull back to avoid legal entanglement themselves? The decision will have massive implications for the future of the show, which has already been teetering on the edge due to declining ratings and growing viewer fatigue. As the public waits for more concrete information, one thing is clear. This arrest is a turning point for Cody Brown, Robyn, and the entire Sister Wives legacy. For years, fans have watched the ups and downs of the Brown family with a mix of fascination and disbelief. But now, the drama has shifted from emotional disputes and relationship struggles to the cold, harsh reality of the legal system. Whether Cody is ultimately found guilty or not, this chapter will leave a permanent mark on the family's history. The emotional strain on Robyn continues to be one of the most heart-wrenching elements of the unfolding story. While critics have often accused her of manipulating Cody or causing rifts in the family, those close to her insist that her current state is one of genuine grief and panic. She reportedly fears losing not only her husband but also the sense of stability she has fought to maintain for her children. Her tears, sleepless nights, and withdrawn behavior paint a picture of a woman whose world is collapsing around her. For the rest of the Brown family, the future is uncertain. Relationships that were already fragile may be shattered completely by this crisis, and public opinion, once divided, may harden into lasting judgments. The upcoming legal proceedings will be watched closely not only by the family but also by millions of viewers who have invested years into following their story. In the end, this is more than just another headline for a reality TV family. It is a personal, painful moment that could redefine everything Cody and his wives have built over the years. The next few months will determine whether this is the beginning of the end for Cody Brown's public life, or the start of a long, grueling battle to clear his name. For now, all eyes remain fixed on the Browns, and all anyone can say is, "Oh my God, what happens next?" Sister Wives star Janelle Brown has been turning heads in 2025, radiating confidence and joy as she continues her dedicated workouts and remarkable weight loss journey. Fans who have followed her over the years know that Janelle has always been practical, down-to-earth, and committed to living life on her own terms. Now, as she steps into this new chapter, she's not just focusing on her physical health, she's healing emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Her transformation is inspiring thousands, and the glow on her face is proof that she's thriving in ways that go far beyond the scale. For years, Janelle's life was defined by the pressures and complexities of her plural marriage to Cody Brown, which played out in front of cameras for millions to see. The emotional strain of that lifestyle, combined with the stress of family tensions and constant public scrutiny, took a toll on her. But as 2025 unfolds, it's clear that Janelle has shifted her priorities. She's reclaiming her independence, focusing on her health, and embracing a lifestyle that centers on her well-being. This journey didn't happen overnight. It's been the result of consistent effort, self-reflection, and the courage to break free from patterns that no longer served her. One of the most striking aspects of Janelle's current chapter is her dedication to fitness. She has been documenting her workouts on social media, sharing progress photos, motivational quotes, and even glimpses into her exercise routines. Followers have seen her lifting weights, engaging in cardio sessions, practicing yoga, and experimenting with new physical challenges. Janelle has openly admitted that her workouts are not just about losing weight, they are a form of therapy, a way to release stress and center herself. By setting realistic goals and tracking her progress, she has built a sustainable routine that keeps her energized and motivated. Weight loss for Janelle hasn't been about chasing unrealistic beauty standards. Instead, she's approached it with a balanced mindset. She talks openly about nourishing her body with wholesome foods, staying hydrated, and listening to her body's needs. She's not afraid to share that there are ups and downs along the way, and she reminds her fans that progress is rarely linear. By being transparent about the challenges, Janelle has created an authentic connection with people who are on their own health journeys. Her message is clear: self-care is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Beyond the physical changes, Janelle's emotional transformation is just as remarkable. Friends and fans notice the sparkle in her eyes and the way she carries herself with renewed confidence. She's learning to set boundaries, say no to things that drain her energy, and surround herself with positivity. Her social media posts reflect a woman who is in tune with herself, celebrating small victories and refusing to let negativity pull her backward. She's not shy about acknowledging that healing takes time, and she embraces the idea that true wellness comes from a combination of body, mind, and spirit. The year 2025 has also been about rediscovering joy for Janelle. She has been traveling more, spending time with her children and grandchildren, and exploring hobbies that bring her happiness. Whether it's cooking nutritious meals, gardening, or reading in a cozy space, she's finding fulfillment in everyday moments. The pressures of the past no longer dictate her life, and she's creating an environment where she can flourish. Her independence has given her the freedom to make decisions based solely on what feels right for her, something that wasn't always possible in the dynamics of her past relationships. Fans of Sister Wives have watched Janelle's evolution for years, and many agree that this is the happiest they've ever seen her. Comment sections on her posts are filled with messages of encouragement, with people praising her dedication and drawing inspiration from her journey. Many have shared that seeing Janelle prioritize her health and happiness has motivated them to make changes in their own lives. Her story has become a reminder that it's never too late to start over, make healthier choices, and pursue a life that feels authentic. Janelle's glow up in 2025 isn't about perfection, it's about resilience. She's faced public heartbreak, personal challenges, and the difficulties of navigating life in the spotlight. Yet she's emerged stronger, more self-assured, and unapologetically herself. Her workouts and weight loss are just the visible parts of a much deeper transformation. She's healing from years of emotional strain, learning to love herself without conditions, and embracing the possibilities of the future. This kind of growth is the result of persistence, self-compassion, and the courage to keep going even when progress feels slow. In interviews and posts, Janelle often emphasizes the importance of finding what works for you rather than following someone else's formula. For her, it's been a combination of structured workouts, mindful eating, and surrounding herself with supportive people. She's been vocal about rejecting quick-fix diets or extreme measures, preferring instead to focus on habits she can maintain long-term. This approach has made her results sustainable, and it's why her transformation feels so authentic. She's not selling a fantasy. She's living a reality that others can relate to. The healing process for Janelle has also meant letting go of resentment and finding peace with her past. While her relationships within the Sister Wives family have shifted, she's expressed gratitude for the lessons learned and the strength gained from those experiences. She's focused on co-parenting where necessary, maintaining respectful connections, and prioritizing her children's well-being. This maturity and grace have further endeared her to fans, who admire her ability to move forward without dwelling on the negativity. Looking ahead, Janelle seems poised for even more growth in 2025. She has hinted at new personal projects, potential ventures in the health and wellness space, and continued engagement with her followers. By sharing her journey so openly, she's built a community of encouragement and accountability. She's proof that healing isn't a straight line, but with dedication and a positive mindset, transformation is possible at any stage of life. Janelle Brown's story this year is more than just a tale of weight loss. It's a testament to the power of self-discovery and perseverance. She's showing the world that you can rebuild yourself from the inside out, and that true beauty comes from feeling strong, healthy, and at peace with yourself. Her glow in 2025 is the result of countless small decisions to prioritize her well-being, and it's inspiring people everywhere to believe in their own ability to change. As she continues her journey, Janelle stands as an example of what it means to take control of your life, embrace change, and step into your power. Her workouts keep her body strong, her mindset keeps her focused, and her resilience keeps her moving forward. For Janelle, this isn't just a phase, it's a lifestyle. And for her fans, watching her shine is a reminder that healing is always possible, no matter how long it takes. Janelle Brown's presence on social media has always been an intriguing window into her life beyond the... It's not just about the smiling selfies, the motivational quotes, or the updates about her health journey. It's the subtext, the subtle shifts in tone, and the choice of words that have me wondering if Janelle is making the right choices for her long-term happiness. First glance, Janelle's posts seem straightforward. Moments with her kids, scenic landscapes from Coyote Pass, uplifting captions about independence and growth. But anyone who has followed her for years knows she isn't the type to overshare personal turmoil. That's what makes certain changes in her content stand out. In recent months, her captions have leaned heavily on themes of resilience, self-reliance, and choosing your own path. Messages that can be empowering but also sometimes carry an undertone of someone reminding themselves to stay strong. The big question is, why now? Why has her social media shifted toward this almost constant reinforcement of positivity and self-sufficiency? Is she simply embracing the next chapter of her life after leaving Cody? Or is she masking feelings of loneliness, uncertainty, or even regret? Many fans have pointed out that while she has always been private, there's a new kind of distance in her posts. She shares photos of her adventures but rarely mentions the people who might be with her. Even in group moments, she sometimes focuses the caption on her own personal journey rather than the shared experience. One theory is that Janelle is consciously crafting her brand. She knows her followers see her as the practical, level-headed sister wife who stayed in the marriage for decades because she valued stability and family. Now that she's charting a new course, she may feel a need to project strength and independence so her followers, and perhaps her ex-husband, see that she's thriving without him. This is understandable, especially in the wake of the public fallout that sister wives documented. But there's a fine line between genuine happiness and a carefully curated version of it. Another possibility is that Janelle is in a period of self-rediscovery and doesn't quite know where she'll land yet. Through all, she spent much of her adult life in a plural marriage structure, raising children and building a shared life on terms that weren't entirely her own. Now, with the kids grown and her relationship with Cody over, she's in uncharted territory. Social media can be both a creative outlet and a coping mechanism during times like this. Posting about empowerment and personal growth could be her way of processing what she's feeling, telling herself the story she wants to live until it becomes reality. It's also worth noting that social media, by its nature, doesn't always reflect the whole truth. We all choose the angles, filters, and moments we want others to see. For someone in the public eye like Janelle, there's an added layer of expectation. Fans want to see her winning post-Cody, and she may feel pressure to deliver that narrative even on days when she's struggling. This doesn't make her fake, it makes her human. But it does raise the question of whether her current online persona is sustainable if it isn't entirely aligned with how she feels in private. Fans have been particularly struck by her posts about Coyote Pass. While she often frames it as a dream in progress, the reality is that the property has been a point of contention for years. There's no visible construction, no clear timeline, and plenty of legal and emotional baggage tied to it. When she shares sweeping shots of the land with captions about holding onto your vision, it's hard not to wonder if this is hope or denial. Is Coyote Pass still the future she wants, or is it a symbol she's holding onto because letting go would feel like admitting defeat? Her health and wellness journey is another recurring theme. Janelle has been open about working on her fitness, partnering with wellness brands, and encouraging her followers to prioritize self-care. While this is undeniably positive, it's also a convenient way to keep content light and avoid more personal updates. Sharing workout tips or motivational thoughts is much safer than diving into the complexities of life after polygamy, strained relationships with former sister wives, or the reality of single life in her 50s. Again, there's nothing wrong with this, but it feeds into the uncertainty about how she's really doing. There's also the matter of her relationship with the rest of the Brown family. While Christine's social media is full of joyful moments with her fiancé and kids, and even Mary shares occasional glimpses into her life, Janelle's posts rarely feature other adults from the family. She appears close with her children, especially her sons, but it's unclear how much contact she has with the others now. Is this distance intentional? Is she protecting her peace by keeping those connections private? Or does it hint at deeper fractures that she doesn't want to air publicly? Of course, it's possible that Janelle truly is happy, and that the shifts in her social media simply reflect her evolving identity. Leaving a decades-long marriage and redefining yourself is a major life change, and she may be embracing it with more excitement than sadness. Her focus on empowerment could be less about masking pain and more about celebrating her newfound freedom. For fans who have watched her navigate Cody's complicated household dynamics, seeing her step into her own could genuinely be the inspiring transformation she presents it to be. Still, I can't help but wonder whether Janelle has fully processed the emotional fallout of the past few years. Publicly moving on is one thing, privately finding peace is another. Social media can be a powerful tool for connection, but it can also become a shield that prevents deeper self-reflection. If she's using it to project an image she feels obligated to maintain, she may find herself facing a disconnect between her online life and her real feelings. That's not a sustainable place to be, especially when you're still figuring out what you want. Ultimately, only Janelle knows the truth about her happiness and whether she's making the right choices. As fans, we can speculate based on what she shares, but we're still only seeing a fraction of the full story. What I do hope is that, behind the captions and curated photos, she's building a life that genuinely fulfills her. Whether that means pursuing coyote paths, traveling more, deepening her relationships with her children, or finding new love, the important thing is that it's what she truly wants, not what anyone else expects her to portray. For now, her social media will likely remain a blend of inspiration, independence, and mystery. And while I'll continue to enjoy her posts, I'll also keep wondering about the story between the lines, the unspoken truths that can't be captured in a square image or a 200-character caption. Janelle has always been one of the most grounded members of the Sister Wives family, and I believe she has the strength to make the right choices for herself. The only question is whether the path she's on now is the one that will lead her to lasting happiness, or just the one that looks best on. Janelle Brown has opened up about the heartbreaking final hours of her late son, Robert Garrison Brown, offering raw and emotional details that have shaken fans of Sister Wives. Her words, though painful, shed light on the grief, confusion, and sorrow that has enveloped the Brown family since his passing. In the wake of the tragedy, Janelle has been sharing her truth about what happened in those last moments, providing insight into the circumstances that preceded Garrison's death. She has spoken about the emotional weight her son carried in his final days, revealing that although she knew he was struggling, she never imagined the depth of his pain. According to Janelle, her last conversation with Garrison was filled with both concern and a sense of urgency. She explained that she had been worried about his mental state for weeks, and on that final day she reached out to check on him. Her words have been replayed in her mind over and over, a haunting reminder of the fragility of life. She shared that she texted and called, hoping to lift his spirits, not knowing it would be her final exchange with her son. In her account, Janelle revealed that Garrison had been feeling isolated, dealing with pressures from both personal struggles and tensions within the family. The complex dynamic of the Brown household, especially in recent years, had weighed heavily on him. Janelle explained that while Garrison tried to keep much of his pain private, there were signs of deep distress. Looking back, she wishes she had pushed harder to intervene, though she acknowledges she did everything she could in the moment. Janelle also discussed the hours before she received the devastating call. She described a sense of unease, a mother's intuition that something was wrong. She admitted that she couldn't focus on anything else, as if her heart knew a storm was coming. The news of Garrison's passing arrived like a physical blow, leaving her numb and disoriented. As she spoke, Janelle's grief was evident. She described the overwhelming shock, the disbelief that someone so full of life and love could be gone so suddenly. She admitted that part of her still expects to hear his voice or see him walk through the door. It's a surreal kind of loss that defies logic, one that parents pray they never have to experience. Janelle has been candid about the circumstances surrounding his final hours, acknowledging that mental health struggles are often invisible until it's too late. She urged others to take any signs of distress seriously, emphasizing the importance of reaching out, checking in, and offering support without judgment. Her message is both a tribute to Garrison and a plea to other families to recognize that sometimes love alone is not enough to save someone from their inner battles. She also shared that Garrison had been working on personal projects in the days before his death, seemingly trying to keep himself occupied and motivated. Friends and family noticed his charm and humor even in moments of struggle, which made the news of his passing all the more shocking. His ability to mask his pain, Janelle explained, was a reminder that we often don't see the full picture of what someone is going through. In describing his final day, Janelle painted a portrait of a young man who had dreams, talents, and a warm heart. She said that although he was dealing with emotional turbulence, he also had moments of clarity and even joy. That complexity makes his loss even harder to accept. She believes he didn't want to burden others with his struggles, a decision that ultimately kept those closest to him from fully understanding how critical his situation had become. Janelle's voice broke as she spoke about the moment she had to tell her other children. The ripple effect of grief in a family is something she says cannot be measured. Each sibling has reacted differently, some retreating into silence, others openly weeping and seeking comfort from one another. She described the deep pain of watching her children suffer, knowing there is no way to undo the loss or take away their hurt. She also expressed gratitude for the outpouring of love from fans and friends during this time. The messages, tributes, and shared stories about Garrison have been a source of comfort in an otherwise dark period. While no amount of support can erase the loss, knowing that Garrison touched so many lives brings some solace. Janelle spoke about the bittersweet memories that now fill her days. His laughter during family gatherings, his willingness to help anyone in need, his quick wit, and his tender heart. She admitted that the pain of losing him is constant, but so is the love she feels for him. She wants people to remember him as more than his final moments, to celebrate the vibrant, caring person he was throughout his life. As she continues to process her grief, Janelle has vowed to speak more openly about mental health, especially within families who may be struggling with internal conflict. She believes that sharing her story can help break down the stigma that prevents people from seeking help. For her, honoring Garrison means not only remembering him with love but also using her platform to encourage awareness, compassion, and proactive care for those in emotional crisis. In closing her account, Janelle reflected on the enduring bond between mother and child, a connection she says even death cannot break. She believes Garrison is still with her in spirit, guiding her and reminding her to live with the same kindness he showed others. Her grief is profound, but so is her determination to keep his memory alive in a way that inspires others to love deeper, listen harder, and act sooner when they see someone in pain. The loss of Robert Garrison Brown is not just a personal tragedy for Janelle and her family, it is a stark reminder to the world that mental health matters. Janelle's detailed and heartfelt recounting of his final hours is a call to action for anyone who suspects a loved one is struggling. In sharing her heartbreak, she hopes to save others from experiencing the same devastating loss. For Janelle, every day moving forward will be a journey through grief, but also a journey of love, memory, and purpose. She carries Garrison's spirit in her heart, and through her words she ensures that his story, both the joy and the pain, will never be forgotten.